Good morning, technically, or at least technically it's morning for another 17 minutes. Iris Zero here, and I hope you're all well. I am okay, just unbelievably tired. This is going to be two reviews. There was the WWE pay-per-view, Money in the Bank, and there was the Bethesda E3 press conference. And I thought, it made sense to do both videos, with Bethesda and um, Bethesda WWE, that whole connection. So we'll see how this goes. That was a joke, by the way. There is no connection. So, Money in the Bank was on last night, and it was on first, so I'll do that first. It was an okay show. Had some okay matches. I thought it was weird how they actually started out with the actual Money in the Bank match and some great stuff. I hate when they kind of ruin matches like in dumb ways. Like, okay, uh, Seth Rollins, no, not Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. He looked like he was gonna win. He was climbing the ladder, and next Wade Barrett came out, or Wyatt. Wyatt came out, and he did the Sister Abigail on Roman Reigns, and it was, I don't know, I didn't like how matches when matches end like that. So anyway, he didn't win. He was climbing the ladder, was going to get it, didn't win, but then luckily Sheamus climbed up. He got the briefcase, so go on forward, and now Sheamus is Mr. Money in the Bank. Which honestly, I see him cashing it in because right now he's a bad guy. Sheamus is a complete bad guy, and I don't see him cashing in against Seth Rollins. I think he's gonna wait until firstly there's a good guys champion. So whoever that's gonna be, I think the next pay per view was Battleground. So hopefully Brock Lesnar will be back. He'll be back soon. He could challenge Brock. That would be pretty sweet. So yeah, Sheamus won. It was overall it was a great match. Those ladder matches are typically good, especially when you've more the younger guys. You had like Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, that guy Neville. I think was really good. I think he's as an English wrestler. Neville looked really good. So so yeah, that was okay. Big Show versus Ryback was. I'm honestly, I've nothing really against the Miz. I think I've had enough of him. And the Miz was doing commentary, or was out by the commentary table during the match against Big Show Ryback, and Ryback threw started beating up Miz. So then near the end of the match, or at the end of the match, Miz interfered. He hit the Big Show, and Big Show won by disqualification. So Ryback kept the Intercontinental Championship. And yeah, again, I think I'm just done with Miz. I liked him he was great. He was a great heel because you hate him, you definitely hate him, and if you're gonna be a bad guy, you want to hate the bad guy. You want to be hated. But I think I'm just bored of him now. I'm sure he's a great guy. I don't know him personally, so I'm nothing personal against him, and I'm not gonna get in his face and you suck because I don't do it. I don't do that job. So if I did it, I'd probably suck. But yeah, kind of bored of him is. There was a tag match I didn't pay attention to. The Divas match I didn't pay attention to. Best match probably was John Cena against Kevin Owens. Definitely. I hope it was their second match. I hope it's not the last. I hope it's not, oh, Kevin Owens won the match and now John Cena has to redeem himself. Oh, John Cena won the match. Yeah, now it's over. He's the better man. So, the way it ended, I don't think it did. John Cena won clean. No controversy, but he went to shake Kevin Owens' hand and Kevin Owens kicked him and he slammed him outside the ring. So obviously that's a match that's gonna go on until at least one more to see who the definitive winner is. Then there was the championship match, the ladder match. Seth Rollins against Dean Ambrose, and it was good. I mean, both those guys are pretty good, and they're young, and they're just going to get better. But I don't know, it's putting two guys with the same kind of level of experience, put them together, especially when they're not super super experienced. I think they need more time apart wrestling more experienced guys. I don't know why my voice is breaking. So yeah, and once that's done, then you put them together when they've both risen kind of on their own separate ways. But yeah, Seth Rollins. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with my head today. Seth Rollins won, and yeah, it was a good match. I mean, it was a ladder match. Those matches are usually good, especially once again when you've the younger guys. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the ending. It looked like the ending was controversial. It was a ladder match. And it looked like they both got the belt at the same time. But when they both fell, Seth Rollins had the belt in his hand. So I think that's why he won. I know I didn't have the volume turned up because I was watching the Bethesda press conference, which we're going to segue into. It was a good start. In terms of games, technically the stream wasn't very good, so it kind of broke up. Don't know what's wrong with here today. So it kind of broke up a bit, but it showed off Doom, which is it was very Doom. It was an amazingly gorgeously gruesome looking Doom. It looked great. It looked like it was running great. I'd say all the games were shown were running on PC. Even though some of them had an Xbox controller, I think they were all running on PC. But it looked good, Deaths looked good, but it looked like just Doom. It didn't look, oh my god, that's new, and wow, that's pretty clever. It's like, no. They showed an Elder Scrolls card game. That looks alright. Again, I don't play those games. I know there's a bunch of them now. Blizzard have one, but I don't really pay attention to them, to be honest. And it showed the only game I was really excited for. I mean, all their games look good. The only one I was really excited for was Dishonored, the new Dishonored, and of course they showed it even though it was kind of leaked the night before. Showed Dishonored 2 looks amazing, even though I think a lot of it was just like a pre-rendered video. Looked amazing, and it's coming out next year, but thankfully the definitive edition, a kind of re-release of the first game, is coming out in August. So not too long, and it's a great way to kind of get back into it. Because I never played the DLC, and the definitive edition will have all that, and of course it'll be in whatever they do, 60 frames, 1080p, yada yada yada. So that's good. But of course the big thing was Fallout, which they spent overall I think most of the conference at. Again, what I talked about earlier, I don't have the same hard on for Fallout like the rest of the internet does. I think it's okay. Like I played Fallout, the first time I played Fallout 3, I was bored. I got it day one, brand new, and I played it for a while. I was like, wow, I am really, really, really bored. And it looks like this is just more. It's like, oh, but now you can do more stuff. Now you can build your own, almost like your own community. You can defend it. You can customize all your weapons. It just looks like more Fallout. I mean, maybe if I was more invested in Fallout, I'd be more excited and I'd know why all these new additions are such a huge deal. But I'm not. But I stayed up watching. I knew the reaction I had would be. I knew the reaction I had was the one I knew I was going to have that reaction, and I'm happy. At least one of my predictions, I knew there would be a remake Dishonored. Fallout still looks the way it does. Like I thought when they showed the trailer, it was just going to be like, oh, this is just a early build, but when you show the game, it looks amazing. It doesn't look amazing. It doesn't look like The Witcher, but it looks like it'll probably have more depth than The Witcher. So we'll have to see how that goes. Anyway, I'm tired, and tomorrow's videos are going to be worse. Tomorrow is going to be all about today's press conferences. It's going to be about Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft, and Sony. And of course, Sony, because of the time difference, starts at 2 o'clock. That's going to be over at 4, which means tomorrow I'm going to be tired. But hopefully I can sleep in Wednesday because there's no press conferences. All the press conferences are on earlier during the day. So anyway, that's me. Review Money in the Bank was good. Bethesda, if you're into Bethesda games, was good. So I suppose until then, this video has gone on long enough. In fact, it's gone on 10 minutes. So until then, I guess I will see you tomorrow, and have a good one.